Sir, the DOH and the WHO, the DOH specifically said they are not necessarily closing their doors on this concept that you have been pushing for some time now, but they're saying now is not the right time. Meanwhile, you are saying now is the time to be doing such a thing. What makes you think this is the right time given that we are very far from the herd immunity targets?
First of all, I don't think there will be ever a right time. We have to start thinking of how to approach this. This is a proposal that was brought forward to IATF. I've been in touch with many of the secretaries. If we look at WHO, I don't think they understand what we're trying to say. No, how do you achieve a higher vaccination rate for the country? We all know that herd immunity targets may move up to the 80, 85. John Wong, in our latest town hall, said herd immunity might not be possible. We may have to go for 90, 100%. Now, that starts from a very micro level. Father Nick of Okta talks about micro herd immunity, and that's basically the bakuna bubble. No? What are the components of this? The homes that we live in, our employees, ourselves, these are the homes, the families. No, that's where micro herd immunity should start. Each one has to create their own bubble. My own bubble is my family, my children, my wife, and the kasambahays, and then our extended family. So that bubble, the target is you try to achieve 100% of the members of that family fully vaccinated. Of course, we have a 14-year-old daughter, which we cannot vaccinate, so she is not vaccinated, but it is close to 100%. In the workspaces, that is where the private sector came and bought the vaccines to protect the employees in all sectors, whether it's in restaurant business, whether it's in production, manufacturing, BPO, semiconductor, etc. Everybody has to target 100%. That is your workspace bubble. So those two bubbles are very important. If you fail in attaining a higher percentage in these respective bubbles, you will never attain a higher percentage in the entire Philippine bubble. When we talk about bubble, we all agree that the higher percentage of vaccinated individuals may not protect people from getting COVID, especially under Delta right now, which is highly transmissible, and there's a lot of breakthroughs in the different brands. But very clearly, from PGH shows the number of people, you can see here in this level, the number of people getting to the hospitals are the unvaccinated.
Sir, is this proposal to get more people vaccinated, or is this an economic proposal to get the businesses back in business? Because you still have some pushback saying that if they, you discriminate, so to speak, on the people that can enter, the foot traffic already in the malls is so low that would this not have even a worse impact?
Well, we're not disallowing unvaccinated to enter the malls. What we're proposing is not to allow the unvaccinated to enter high-risk business establishments like spas, gyms, restaurants, etc. And they fully agree with us here. So the idea is to just get the vaccinated entering these high-risk establishments. In the malls, there are other areas, supermarkets they can go into unless IATF changes the rules. I mean, you've got hardware stores, etc., Mercury drugs. We're not restricting people from entering that. We're suggesting vaccinated people only in these areas, because when you do casual dining, you're going to remove your mask and stay there for 2 hours. But in quick service restaurants like McDonald's, you're going to stay there for just a couple of minutes just to get the food, eat, and then move. So it's not a place. So there are different scenarios. No? So the high risk business establishments is what we're focusing. And why? Because a lot of entrepreneurs are in the restaurant sector, in the parlor sector, in the spa sector. These are micro and small businesses that are really getting hit. People are not able to borrow money because they're already in full debt. They have been restructured. The banking community has to see some life in the economy. We cannot keep the economy shut down, because then we will affect the businesses and they will not be operating. So you will affect people through hunger as well. No? So we have to say both. And clearly, the vaccines will prevent you from getting to the hospital, getting to the ICU, or even dying. It's very clear from the facts given by all these hospitals. And that's why we're saying give mobility to the vaccinated. Let them spur the economy. Don't expose the unvaccinated. So it's not discrimination. It is a health issue. And for the unvaccinated, it's clearly seen. Go to the hospitals and look who's there. the unvaccinated.
Sir, what about the workplaces? Are you encouraging the private offices to do this same sort of vaccinated and non-vaccinated bubbles? Only those vaccinated can go to the workplaces.
Right now, in the private sector, we're close to 90%. We will accept our employees who are unvaccinated. There is no discrimination there. And we will just provide a safe space for them. Now, what we're trying to bridge now is between the home and the workspace. The transport group is willing to work on this on their own. They have their own ideas. Who are we protecting here? We're protecting the unvaccinated. And it's clearly seen that these people are the most vulnerable. So whether we create a bus for unvaccinated and create a bus for the vaccinated, why not? If they can do it, if the transport group can do it, if they can do it, then that will continue to be what it is. But the transport group, they have a lot of buses in the parking lot. They're willing to use these buses to help the health sector and make sure that the businesses, when we open safely. We cannot open carelessly. You have to make sure that when we open, it's a continuous opening, not an open, close, open, close. That doesn't work. That will even destroy the businesses even more. No? So when we open, we have to have a model that works, and that's why we were suggesting let's try it in NCR. Let's target the 5 LGUs with the highest vaccination level, no, and that can be Taguig, Mandaluyong, etc. With Chairman Abalos, they're open to it. They're willing to modify. But if we don't try anything, how are we going to learn to live with COVID-19, especially Delta? We got to learn. If we won't learn, then we're finished. That's my point.